Hey everybody, it's Melissa Feetsum, and I'm coming to you tonight to talk about domain names for your business and your branding. So I've really just had a conversation with quite a few people lately about what it means to get a domain name for your business and what it can do for you. So I wanted to answer a few questions around that. So first of all, what is a domain name? If you have no clue what a domain name is, let's start there. So basically, if you, so for instance, my business has to do with organizational products and bags. So my actual domain name is buymybags.com. So when we have a website, a consultant website for any company that you're with, basically you get this really long, drawn out website name. So for instance, mine is my31.com /5678910 / you're never going to remember this.com, right? So by having that huge, long, confusing, no one's ever going to remember that website, it's really cool to brand yourself with a domain name and have that the same all across the board. And we'll talk about that just a second, but that is a domain name. So you can actually buy a website, and you can link it as a third-party link to your consultant site. Now, I will say across the board, hey, everybody, I'm seeing comments rolling. Basically, you have to check with your policy and procedure with anything that you do in your business. Some companies allow this and some do not. So before you do this, you need to make sure that it is okay with your policy and procedures for your company. But when you get the okay to do it, it's so much fun. So I actually use GoDaddy.com. I've used them for probably 7 years now, and I bought quite a few domain names there. So let's talk about it first on why you want to have one. So let's say that you are out at the grocery store and somebody says, oh my gosh, I love that bag. Where did you get that? And you go, oh, well, I sell it. And they're like, oh, do you have a business card? And you're like, no. So fail number one. But then you go, you know what? You can just go to my website. It's my31.com /52564. You're never going to remember this.com, right? They're never going to remember a / blah, 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 blah. So by having a domain name that is catchy and easy to remember, you can go, oh yeah, go to buymybags.com. And they're like, oh, that's so cute. You're like, yeah, I know. So, by having that, it's so much easier for someone to remember you. It is all part of your branding. So I got that domain name, oh gosh, we're talking 7 years ago. And if I would have thought about it, I love it, but if I would have thought about it, I probably would have chosen something else, because what you want to do is take the name of, say, your customer group, and you want to have your customer group named Buy My Bags, which is why I don't want to have that as mine, because it's kind of rude. Buy My Bags as your group name. But my email is Buy My Bags. My website is Buy My Bags. You want to make sure that you can take your name and brand it across everything that you have. So really think hard about what it is that you're doing with your name, your email, your website. So your business cards, everything's going to match and be beautiful and wonderful. And there's a moth in here. There's always something weird every time I turn the video camera on. So that's what you want to think of. Now, let's talk about some rules that you want to think about before you go and buy a domain name. First of all, look, it's go away. Okay, so first of all, it has to be short and sweet, okay? Don't put out 5 sentences and make it your website, because it has to fit on a business card and it has to be easy enough to remember. So keep it short as you can, okay? Keep it as short as you can. Now, don't add numbers. People can't remember numbers. They will transverse them. They will mix them up. It will not work. Don't try not to put numbers into your domain name. You want to think on a second grade reading level. Okay, when it comes to a domain name, it has to be something that a second grader could spell. Okay, so if you try to put in a word that is easily misspelled, it's going to be, and they won't remember, and they're going to spell it wrong, and it's just never going to work. So obviously, like mine, buy my bags, it's just really short, easy words that a second grader could spell. So you really want to keep it to a second grade reading level when you're actually picking out the words for your domain name. Now, the other thing is, don't limit yourself with cities and states and things like that, because you don't want people to think, oh, I only sell in Tennessee, or I only sell in Ohio, or I don't know what Hamilton, Ohio is, so I'm not going to worry about that. So you want to make sure that you're not limiting yourself to a location. So when you're thinking about that, you want to think about you really want to think about how you want to brand yourself. You really want to think about your target market, and you really want to think about keywords that are going to be something in your business that you can use. So, I just bought a domain called I Have a Bag for That. And I might try to start playing with that a little bit in my own business, because mine, I hate how I can't match all the things across all the boards. And in branding, that's so very important. So I'm going to start playing with a couple of things. But anyways, this is all about branding your business, having everything the same across the board, so that when somebody sees Buy My Bags, they think of Melissa. They know that that's splattered all across everything. So again, you want to take a look at your customer base and the service that you're providing, and really think about that and what plays into that. And then you want to think about your email address, your website. And now I want to take you over to GoDaddy.com. Now there's a few different websites that you can use, but this is just the one I know. So I'm going to show you this. We're going to switch over to screen share really quick and go over to GoDaddy. So when you come onto GoDaddy, this is what you're going to see. But let me tell you, the first thing that I want you to do is search Google for a coupon for GoDaddy.com. So always search for a coupon, because you can get these for like $3-4. I just paid a little bit more for mine, but that's because I got some privacy, and I'm going to show you that also. So here you go. This is what you're going to see when you go to GoDaddy, and you're basically going to search whatever it is that you think that you want to name your domain site. So for instance, if I typed in Buy My Bags, no, let's do that. So this is my my customer group right now, and it's going to search. and it shows pinkpurselady.com. So it shows it's available. If not, it's going to show you all the different options that you can get over here. So we're going to go over here. We're going to add this to my cart. And then we're going to continue to cart. And I was just made aware of something that you want to do is this privacy protection, because lately there's been a lot of spam if you don't do this. So it basically says that it hides your personal information, your name, email address, and prevents domain related spam. So go ahead and get that $7.99 thing there, and then continue. So I'm basically just walking you through how to do this. So here you go. Here's all the information. I already got my promo code from over there. You can click on 1 year, 2 years, whatever you want. Try it out for a year, and you can come back and renew it if you want. Come over here, and then proceed to checkout. All right. So I want to go back over here. And I want to show you how you're going to link that. Okay, so here's my domains. Let's go, maybe. Yeah, I'm logged in. Let's see, manage my domains. And then, so now I bought this domain, so how do you link it? That's the biggest question that we get. So you can see I have quite a few. So I just bought this. I have a bag for that. So you can say, use my domain, and you're going to say connect to an existing site. And then I am going to forward to any site, which is going to be my personal customer group, which is I hate going to Facebook. You never know what's gonna, oh, that's my cousin. I love her. Okay, so go over here and you grab, I'm going to grab my customer group here, go back to here, and we're going to put it in there. We're going to hit next, and then yes, okay. And then there, you are now linked. So when somebody goes to, I have a bag for that, they're going to be led to my actual customer group on Facebook. So that is another way that you can use a domain name. So it's kind of cool. But you can see I have Buy My Bags blog, directlysocial.com, jointeamtrendy.com. That's our team website. Joinmissy.com. So there's all kinds of cool things that you can do with that. So let's go back over here, and we're going to go through some of these, and I'm going to look at the questions. If you guys have questions, do you suggest leaving your name out of it? I do suggest that's a very good question, Vanessa. I do suggest leaving your name out of it if it's a difficult name to spell, okay? Even Melissa, people can't spell that. So I have one that says Join Missy because people can't spell Melissa. Some people spell it with an A, some people spell it with one S and two S's, so they will mess that up. So if you don't have a really easy, nobody can mess that up name, don't do it. Even like Carrie or, you know, some of those names it's not worth putting your name in it. Teresa says, I'm reading her minds. Brianna says, my domain is different from my VIP group than for my shopping page. Should they all be the same? I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying it looks really cool if they are. Because mine aren't. I started this so long ago that I had no clue what I was doing when I did it. And if I had it to do all over again, everything would match. Every social media profile, and I teach people branding. So that's what I'm teaching, is to make it all across the board the same. Because if somebody knows me on Facebook, they know how to find me on Instagram if it's all the same, or Twitter, or Pinterest, YouTube. You can do all of these things all the same, and it becomes your brand. It literally becomes your mark on your company and the world and your customers. So I do suggest having it all the same all across the board. Let's look. Melissa says, too bad I just got business cards printed. I think that's all I see. GoDaddy, GoDaddy. Lots of people have GoDaddy. But how can they all be the same and not take you to a different page? Okay, so like I have buymybags.com that takes them to my website. I have buymybagsblog.com that takes them to my blog. So you can play with that however you want, but the catch is always going to be the same. So you could have buymybagsgroup.com, just keeping it all across the board. Buy the domains one at a time. You don't have to buy them all in one night. But just to get it all across the board and the same, you would want to, you have to have different sites, but you can do that by adding whatever it is at the end of your catch name. I think that is all the questions we have right now. So I'm going to jump off, but I hope that helps. And I hope that helps to see exactly how you can, link that website too. So I know that's a question a lot of times. So I wanted to make sure we could screen share and I could show you exactly how to link that. So I will be talking to you guys tomorrow about Facebook Live and some tips on going Facebook Live. And we're also going to have a SendShare screen share where I'm going to show you all the cool tricks and tips that I do in my own SendShare account. So those 2 trainings are coming this weekend. I am back in action. It's been a crazy 2 weeks around here, but I am ready to rock and get stuff out of the way before our national conference later this week. So I will talk to you guys soon. If you have any further questions about domain names, just post them below and I will get you taken care of. Good night.